I originally wasn't going to make this video because one, I didn't have the energy, and two, not gonna lie, kind of got discouraged a little bit. Definitely was feeling the pull of those voices in the back of my head telling me that it's not worth it. What's the point? Nobody cares. I'm gonna push back against those voices and I'm gonna talk about it anyway. I've noticed that there is a bit of a conflict brewing here on the YouTube space. And it's not that this conflict hasn't existed. It's just that it's now starting to rise to the surface to where it's starting to be noticeable, even in the mainstream. There's a war on the horizon on YouTube. And I know you're like, oh, why are you making it sound so dramatic? Because it is. And it really needs to be talked about. Especially because we're starting to see it happen. We're starting to see the ripple effects. We're starting to see the after effects of the party dying, and it's reaching down even into the small creator space, or like the underground creator space. I don't know. Part of me hates saying small creator, like even though it is small, but I don't know. I feel like underground is better to say. It doesn't feel as belittling. There's a war brewing on the horizon between authenticity and convenience. Now, what do I mean by that? Right now, we are starting to see the fakers, the lazy ones, the ones who just want the views, the traction, the easy shit. They ride the algorithm like their name is Mia Khalifa. They always put out what's trending. They don't have a personality. Their personality is whatever topic they're covering. They rely on artificial means to gain their follower base and their viewerships, their supporters. They make it strictly monetary without any love of the game, without any passion behind their projects, without any attention to detail. We've been in an age where lazy, uninspired, cheaply made, thrown together, artificially inflated slop has been popular. It is sacrificing quality for convenience, where people don't care if the quality is shit, as long as it gets the views that they want. We've seen it with these AI channels, these top 10 lists, the ones with the white background and like a PNG. I know because I used to edit for one of them, the ones that get tens of thousands of views. And you're wondering how the fuck did they even get that when the quality of the work doesn't reflect it. We have been content with being placated with the bare minimum. This Kendrick and Drake beef really shifted things into perspective for a lot of people. It showed us that the people who are authentic, the people who really care about their work, the people who put in the effort but don't get the flowers that they deserve, we know you're still out there. That was Kendrick's message to us. He said, I know you're still out there. He said it in whacked out murals. He said, I see y'all out there working hard. I'm gonna give you some rules of engagement to guide you. Don't ever let no one put smut up on your name. Keep your head down and work like I do. Understand everybody ain't gonna like you. If they say it's love, you've been lied to. That was specifically targeted towards the authentic people who are all but at the bottom of the social ladder right now, because their shit doesn't appeal to an audience with the attention span of a second grader. And YouTube Shorts is part of the reason why that happened. Honestly, YouTube Shorts kind of ruined the whole YouTube engagement thing for a lot of people. Think of it as fast food. Your regular, thought out, well edited videos are your nice home cooked meals. And then your shorts are the quick, easy, convenient shit. The McDonald's of YouTube. You push out this fast, cheap, easy, sloppy shit to keep the masses placated. You can't get to the top without dedication. You can't get to the top without, being true to yourself. And if you do get to the top without all of that, there lies the problem. And I'm not even gonna lie, that's why you didn't see a video upload from me today, because I was genuinely just sitting here like, damn, I put in all this work and it really just doesn't seem like it matters. And I was starting to be like, damn, like, what's the point? Like, honestly, what the fuck is even the point? What's the point in putting time and effort into editing this stuff down, adding audio, adding effects and everything, when the next person can just slap an AI generated voice on a white background and get 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 views. It's like being a master artist. You've created works that would put the Picasso, Raphael to shame. And then Jim from around the block becomes the better artist for drawing shitty stick figures with the dirt on the ground. And they call him a refined modern artist. Meanwhile, you, the one who poured your blood, sweat, and tears into your hard work, you are barely recognized for your work. You're seen as entitled. Your shit is seen as trying too hard. We are just now coming out of an era where oversimplicity is no longer being embraced the way it was before. And people are expecting more out of their artists now. And that goes into my next point. The Young Thug video, where he says that hip hop is in a weird place. You know, I want hip hop to be pop. No, you don't. Because that's not where hip hop started. Hip hop was not designed to be watered down and palpable for mainstream audiences. And I talked about this in my Poetic Justice Theory video. It was designed for the streets. And the streets are not palpable. The streets are not easy. The streets are not watered down. The streets are rough. Rough as shit. Hip hop was not designed for suburban audiences. It just so happened that suburban audiences became tapped in when the likes of, you know, Eminem started releasing to the masses. You know why? Because he was white. I'll say it. Because he was a white guy in the hip hop world, and the white people in suburbia were curious about it. They were like, oh, a white dude that grew up in the grimy parts of Detroit? I want to see this. And then it turned into another revolution. Kids rebelling against their parents, against societal norms. Not because they genuinely felt that way, but a lot of people because it was cool, because it was the new thing, because everybody was doing it. There was no actual passion for the game with a lot of these people. There was no actual love of the music and love of the craft. A lot of people were just riding the hype train. But that very, very small portion of people who actually do care about the music, who are moved by the lyrics, who are impassioned by the messages, those are the ones that get overlooked. Cutting corners is just business, they say. But here in the YouTube space, it's different because back then, they didn't cut corners with their videos because one, they didn't have corners to cut. There were very little editing softwares out during the rise of the YouTube space. So it was quite literally you had to make every second of your video count in order to keep audiences engaged. There was very little room for error because if you made a mistake, you had to essentially record the entire video over again. Now, you could just record 2, 3, 4 takes and the AI will fucking edit it out for you. There's a lot more room for error this day and age. And unfortunately, that's made a lot of you niggas very comfortable. A little too comfortable, actually, to the point where you're putting your errors in your content. And you don't even care. You're just putting that shit out there, knowing that you have the potential to do better. And I'm not just speaking YouTube, I'm speaking music as well. Rappers deliberately putting shitty lyrics and shitty songs out to the public because they've gotten too comfortable, because they think they can just put whatever the fuck they want out and people will just accept it because that's the mindset that they've been used to going by. And that's what people have been doing in the past. So they were like, well, shit, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Not realizing music has evolved. Music has changed. What people expect out of their artists has evolved. And if they don't want to evolve along with it, then unfortunately, they're just going to get left behind. But it seems like people are becoming a lot more bold with their lack of evolution and a lot more bold in their resistance to change. They genuinely don't want to get better. They're perfectly content in the place that they're at, being lazy and uninspired and repetitive because it makes them money, because it gets them views, because it makes them famous. They're so used to cutting corners to achieve their goals that they don't want to stop. They don't want to put in any actual hard work for their stuff. They don't want to have an actual personality because they skated by this far on having no personality and no substance and no fucking quality to their shit. Why start trying now? Is their mindset. It's like when you've grown up rich and entitled all your life, having a silver spoon in your mouth, never having to work a day in your life. And then suddenly you're cut off and you're thrown into the real world. And now you got to get a real 9-to-5. That's a huge culture shift, going from being waited on hand and foot to now having to wait on somebody at a restaurant. Manual labor that they've never had to do before in their entire life. Now suddenly they have to do it because that's what people want. They're going to fight back. They're going to push out every narrative they can think of that, hip hop is dead. Hip hop is the reason it's all going wrong. It's all Kendrick's fault. It's all Drake's fault. It's all, it's the people's fault. They're going to shift the goalpost as many times as they can to escape the fact that they don't want to actively improve themselves. The people who are authentic are going to fight back. That's what I'm doing right now. Me, as a person who has made it her goal to stay true to herself, I'm fighting back. I'm tired of this lazy hack shit. I'm tired of convenience being praised over quality. I'm tired of it. I'm fucking tired of having to put in so much hard work on my stuff every day for people to skate by past me doing the bare minimum, because it's not real. It's not genuine. It's undeserved. And it really discourages people, like smaller people at the bottom, who really put their blood, sweat, and tears into what they do, because it really makes us feel like the work we put into our videos isn't worth it. Like it really makes us feel like our authenticity will never be fully recognized. And I know it will be. I know it will. But it's those voices of doubt that creep in those dark moments that are really hard to shake away, which is why I'm grateful that I have a community of genuine, real ass people that genuinely care about me and my success, that are there to pick me up when I'm feeling down, motivate me when I'm feeling discouraged. I'm grateful that I have that, because a lot of people out here don't have that support system. They want to put in so much hard work and dedication into their work, but when they get discouraged, who's going to be there to pick them up? Who's going to be there to tell them, hey, don't give up. You're not as invisible as you think. Who's going to be there to give them that pick me up? Who's going to be there to tell them that? So that's why I'm making this video right now. All you underground creators, the ones that feel like you're just overshadowed by the much larger creators, the ones who feel like nobody truly sees them, we see you. I see you. I see you every time I go through my YouTube feed. I see you out there. The ones who are truly bringing something creative to the table. The ones who are truly bringing their passion and their spirit and their love and their dedication to the table. I see you. And don't get discouraged. Don't let the lazy bitches and the people who rely on convenience discourage you from pursuing your dreams. Because it's the fact that you have those dreams to begin with that makes you truly human. And in time, you will rise to the top. But it's going to be a long and harrowing journey. And the first step is to never let anybody discourage you from pursuing that. Giving up is the worst thing that you could ever do to yourself, because you're essentially closing off your own dreams. And at the end of the day, you have nobody to blame but yourself. So keep pursuing your passions. Keep putting out your videos. Keep making your music that's true to yourself, that's authentic, that's real, that's got soul. Keep doing your art by hand. Don't rely on AI. Don't rely on artificial streams. Don't rely on artificial subscribers. Don't rely on some alternate personality, a performance that you put on. Because if your audience isn't there for you, then what the fuck else are they there for? Something to ponder. But, as always, I have been Nixus, and I will see you in the next video. See ya. No matter what happens, never stop being true to you. Never stop grinding. Never stop dreaming. Never stop smiling. It's always the darkest just before the dawn. But don't worry, we're here, and we'll still be here, even when the sun rises. We are the flowers that grew in the dark. So never stop being you, and remember, you are worth it, 'cause ain't no other way but up.